4,000 pack the icebox tonight. Stars in the Stampede, round one, game one. Lincoln won the season series 4-3. In the season series, October 10th in Lincoln, Stars won at 5-4. November 21st in Sioux Falls, Stampede won 2-1. Lincoln posted a 5-1 win on December 6th, and then a New Year's Eve victory up in Sioux Falls, 3-2. January 16th, Lincoln lost 5-1 here at home to Sioux Falls. A 2-1 victory on February 6th, and then that defeat last weekend, Friday night, 4-2. Stampede winners. Rugman drops the puck. We're underway here in Lincoln. Puck sent in. Chad Ruweedle behind his own net. Waits for Rohrkemper to touch up. And now flipped it back into the Lincoln zone. Dahlhusen races after it for the Stars. Corrals it, skates it to the right corner. Took a hit from Annalane. Puck came free, far with it, and it goes off the stick of Rohrkemper into the Lincoln penalty box. Tickets are available for tomorrow night's game. Get them at the ticket office tonight. Otherwise, ticket office opens up tomorrow morning at, I believe, 10 a.m. I'll verify that with Lana a little bit later on in the broadcast. Her and Mickey will be down here selling tickets all day. 474 Star Extension 1. Game 2 tomorrow night right here at the Icebox. Just underway in the first. No score between the Stars and the Stampede. Game 1 of the Clark Cup playoffs. First round game between these two. Puck off a skate into the Sioux Falls zone. Stars steal it away. Loose into the left circle. Centering pass redirected and tipped back behind the net. Flipped up the wing now by David Eddy. Stars. Corey Shakeen stepped in front of it, tried to fire it back in. Goes off a skate, eventually taken by Sioux Falls. Max Grover fires it into the Lincoln zone. Murdoch over to the left corner now for Jake Newton. Up the ice, he found Mellon. He's got Gerst with him. Shakeen's the trailer. Over to Gerst, down the right wing. Gerst takes the shot. Blocker save made by Hartzell. Up to the blue line. Dahlhusen shot, puck free in front, just outside the right post. Rolled over to the corner. It's going to be taken there by Dan Furlong, and he flips it up and out. And a penalty upcoming on Lincoln's Garrett Vermish. He's going to get called for the hook, I believe. .120 time of the penalty. Stars PK unit was solid. 89.5% best in the USHL. Stars power play penalty kill scored 10 shorties this year. Sioux Falls gave up 11, 1 to the Stars on the power play against Lincoln. Sioux Falls was 4 for 41. Shot to the bottom of the right circle, redirected. Winds up on Robbie. Vrolik's stick takes the shot. Murdoch with the save, tipped over. Down the right wing, Vrolik couldn't control. Bounced up to Escobedo, fed back behind. Dahlhusen tipped it over to the right corner. Flipped in front. Stars trying to get to it. Kicked up to the top of the slot. Escobedo backhanded pass. Found David Eddy. Slap shot blocked away. Redirected to the goal line right side. Flipped in front. Vrolik shot. Kick save Murdoch. Puck to the top of the right circle. Kretzer goes the other way for the Stars and fires it all the way down. 40 seconds gone on the power play. 1:18 left now. Clock running. 17:55 to go in the first. No score. Sioux Falls with the man advantage here. Puck tipped away by Jake Newton. Michael Sedale corrals it and sends it all the way down. Escobedo behind his own net. Far, putting the pressure on. Took the puck away in the left corner of the Sioux Falls zone, then had it taken away from him by Dane Walters. Over to Escobedo. Gains the red, dumps it in. Murdoch stops it. And waits till traffic gets there, then he covers it up. Game 2 tomorrow night here at the Icebox. 6:45 airtime, 7:05 game time on 95.1 and 1480ESPN.com. Game 3, Tuesday, April 14th. This next Tuesday up in Sioux Falls at the Sioux Falls Arena. 52 to go on the Stampede power play. Face-off left circle in the Lincoln zone. Sedale out on the PK unit with Chris Forfar, Jake Newton, and Eric Mellon. Sioux Falls control at the blue line. Max Grover with the left point. To the middle for Chad Ruweedle. Back to Grover, takes the wrister, redirected and blocked away in front. Stars Chris Forfar gets control. Finds a seam between the defensemen and fires it all the way down. 30 to go on the power play now for Sioux Falls. Garrett Peterson, Dahlhusen, Corey Canisto, Ross Henry out on the PK unit along with goaltender Kevin Murdoch. Sioux Falls dumps it back in. Ruweedle rung it around to the right side. Walters couldn't catch up to it. Peterson tipped it away from a Stampede player. Going the other way. Stars have got numbers shorthanded. Peterson at the red line, walks it down the left side, snaps off a wrister, glove save, Hartzell. 13 to go on the Stampede power play. Stars in the playoffs for the 12th time in their 13-year history. 2003-2004 squad did not make the playoffs. We're in it right until that last weekend. Face off in the Sioux Falls zone left circle, tip back behind the cage and the Stampede end. Final 6 seconds now on their power play. And then Vermish will jump out of the box. Puck sent around to the left side hash marks as Garrett jumps out, Stars back to full strength. Vermish with only 18 penalty minutes in the regular season. Puck tipped out to center. Ryan Krenzer with it. He found Vermish left circle. Vermish skates in. Shot redirected wide. And players into the net. On a team that led the USHL in penalty minutes, as far as guys that you would say are ones that play a whole lot for the Lincoln Stars, Vermish the least penalized of all of them. He had 18 in the regular season. Shakeen had 20 and Jake Newton had 22. Face off right circle in the Sioux Falls zone, won by the Stars, tipped up to the right point. Newton shot one towards the net, redirected wide, bouncing goal line right side, and the net off the pegs again as players crash in. Kurt Hill in the mix, as well as Sioux Falls' Max Grover. First period this year, Lincoln outscored their opponents 65-40. Sioux Falls was outscored by 10, 64-54. Lincoln put 12 on the board against 7 for Sioux Falls in the first period of the season series. That 7-game series won by the Stars 4-3, but Sioux Falls won 2 of the last 3, including a 5-1 dominating performance back on January 16th. 16-17 to go, scoreless here in the first period. Game 1, round 1, Stars in the Stampede. Corey Shakeen, Kurt Hill up front with David Gers. Newton and Kuipers at the blue line, Doc in the crease. Shakeen wins the draw for the Stars. Newton skates it down the right wing. Towards the net, redirected wide. Set right in front of the crease. Stampede were there. Gers stole away the clearing pass though. Sent it back behind. Hill called up to it. Skates it over to the right side, tried to feed it in front. Goes off a skate back behind into the left corner. Played over there by Patrick Diviak. Diviak sent it to the right side. Now Robbie Rolick gets control for Sioux Falls and he'll clear up the ice. George McCalkey into the Lincoln zone. Kuipers tried to clear, went off of McCalkey, bounced over to the right side hash marks. Kuipers chipped it up the wing to Hill and he clears for the Stars. Perrier fired it to the Lincoln zone and we get an icing call on the Stampede. Tonight's game sponsor is New Victorian Inn and Suites. You can find them just north and east of 48th and O Street. Face off on the left circle of the Sioux Falls zone. Still being tipped around. Now up to the left point. Dahlhusen controls for the Stars. Stays to the top of the left circle. Shot blocked away. Dahlhusen got it back. Fed it deep. Garrett Peterson behind the goal line. Left side of the zone. Handed it off. John McCarron skates it back behind. Pushed off the puck by Rohrkemper. Got it back. Tipped over to the right side for Jimmy Sears. He moves it to the left wing. Sears sent it down into the corner for McCarron. He works that side. Guy draped all over it. Puck being tipped around. Sears got it free. Shot. Hartzell couldn't get control. Stars lead 1-0. Jimmy Sears had 3 on the year. He was a healthy scratch probably every third game in the opening 40 games of the season and fought and kicked and clawed and scratched his way into the lineup every single night. He's been a staple over the last 20 games or so. And that hard work just shown again. Sears gets his first of the playoffs at 4:46 and gives the Stars a 1-0 lead, and the Octopus has found its way onto the ice. Nice toss, Rich. Stars up 1-0, 15-14 to play, period number 1. Jimmy Sears first to the playoffs. Kretzer, Vermish, and Alexander up front. Sadeo and Henry at the blue line. Doc in the crease. We're in the first, 15-10 to go, clock running. Puck tipped to the Lincoln zone. Sadeo races after it, takes a bump. Sent it over to the left side. Eric Alexander cleared it up, not out, held in by Max Grover. He chips it back behind, takes a weird bounce off the door over there. Right over to Ross Henry. Up the ice, Vermish now backhands it into the right side of the Sioux Falls zone. Kretzer held it in right point. Sent it all the way back behind Grover. And Escobedo behind their own goal line, able to work it up the wing, and Froelich now walks it out. He lifts it up in the air. Kuipers chases after it, as does Josh Holmstrom. Tip back behind. Henry rolls it along the right side in the Lincoln zone. Alexander gave it up. Shot blocked away. Kuipers tips it over to the left side, sent up to that point. Vermish is going to skate out with it for the Stars. Ahead to Eric Alexander, left side of the Sioux Falls zone. Drop pass. Kretzer shot. Hartzell the save. Rebound into the right circle, skated away by Perrier. He's got a man streaking up the far side. That's David Eddy. He's got to step on a breakaway shot. Murdoch the save. Puck centered off the back of Murdoch's left leg, through the crease and over to the left side. Battle for the puck down on the left wing. Terry Broadhurst and Ryan Kretzer sent into the middle. Alexander there for the Stars. Skates it up and out. Gained the red. Fired it ahead to Kurt Hill. Hill sidestepped a man. Took the shot. Blocked away. Tipped up to the blue line. And going the other direction is Terry Broadhurst for Sioux Falls. Into the Lincoln zone. Puck swept away by Dahlhuse. And Broadhurst got it back. Fed it in front. And then it's swept away by Chris Forfar over to the right corner. Chris clears it for the Stars. 13:45 to go. We're in the first. 1-0 Lincoln. Puck sent up the ice. Furlong couldn't control. Tipped in by Rodriguez. Matt Brunitzo races after it for the Stars. Backhands it to the left side. Ryan Hill got to it. Big defenseman for Sioux Falls. Puck loose back behind. Broadhurst had it taken away from him by Dahlhuse, and he throws it up the ice. Canisto races after it behind the goal line right side. He gets there. Centering pass. Hill shot. Tracked down by Forfar as it's blocked away. Another shot hit Hartzell in the shoulder, bounced over to the far side. Tipped up to the blue line. Sadeo, wrister, redirected wide. Bounces on the goal line left side. Hill's got it for the Stars. Kurt back up to Sadeo. Sadeo, wrister, kick saved by Hartzell. Rebound to the left corner. Hill again tracks it down. Tried to feed it into the middle. Goes off the skater Rodriguez, and he clears. Sadeo right there for the Stars. Dumps it back in. Stars will change on the fly here. Gers, Mellon, Shakeen out, as well as Henry and Kuipers. Doc in the crease, puck sent to the bottom of the left circle in the Lincoln zone. Stars around the left side. Gerst takes a bump but cleared it out. Diviak chased it down for Sioux Falls. Flips it into his own end. Ruedel up the ice. Off the dasher board. Kuipers got control for the Stars. Now Newton fires it the other direction. Shakeen and Mellon go into the Sioux Falls zone. Puck tipped away. And now tracked down by Blake Thompson. Stars trying to force the turnover. Gerst was able to get the puck back, couldn't hold it in, but he tipped it ahead to Mellon, who got on side. Centering pass for Shakeen, shot just wide. Newton shot, score! Two-0 Lincoln. Jake Newton's first of the playoffs. Shakeen and Mellon with the apples. Puck still being tipped around at the center circle after the goal by Newton. 2-0 Lincoln, 12:15 to play. Clock running. Puck sent towards the blue line in the Sioux Falls zone. Rolls over to the right side. Cleared out by the Stampede, rolls all the way down. Should be, could be, and will be an icing call on Sioux Falls. 12 minutes even to play here in the period. Lincoln 2 and Sioux Falls nothing. You can catch all of the action of tonight's game on Time Warner Cable's Nebraska On Demand, Channel 101, starting possibly this Sunday, is what I've been told. They may have the game edited and available for you to get on Channel 101. And as Stars fans, you watched the first one back on March 10th. We taped the game against Omaha. It was not a fun game for Stars fans as we lost 7-1. Sioux Falls hit the puck into the Lincoln zone. Play was broken up by a back-checking Jake Newton. Now a centering pass by Kurt Hill, but Stars fans watched, I guess, the Lincoln-Omaha game from March 10th quite a bit. Time Warner very happy with the numbers they saw, so they're back here tonight. They'll rebroadcast the game starting possibly as early as Sunday. Hit on the far side, pucks in front. Murdoch with the save. David Eddy down on the ice. Stars trying to go the other direction. Eddie got crushed from behind by Sadeo, and he lays on the ice. He had skated over to the half wall, and Sadeo kind of came up and rocked him. Was not much of a vicious hit at all. We've seen Michael lay some people out before. Eddie must have just caught something a little strange along the half wall and up into the glass. While he's down on the ice, let's go ahead and step away for a quick 30-second timeout. 11:25 to play, period number 1. Lincoln Stars 2. Sioux Falls Stampede nothing. You're listening to Lincoln Stars Hockey. Back at the icebox in Lincoln, Nebraska. 11 minutes, 25 seconds to play in period number 1. Lincoln Stars 2, Sioux Falls Stampede nothing. It is game 1 of round 1 of the Clark Cup playoffs. Elsewhere in the league, Fargo on top of Omaha. And we're going to drop the gloves. Sadeo just rocked David Eddy. And now Marcus Perrier is going to step in to take him on. Sadeo, the lefty, lands a big hook. Throws another one. Perrier misses. Now he just covers up. Perrier wanted nothing to do with Sadeo. Just tried to defend a teammate. Sadeo dumps him on the ice. That's the end of that one. Time of the penalty. Sadeo headed to the locker room. Not sure if it's a game ejection or a 10-minute misconduct. Perrier skated in, dropped the gloves. They're both gone. And Sadeo threw a big roundhouse left that missed, and then he caught Perrier with one, and Perrier just covered up. And Sadeo finally picked him up, dumped him on the ice. That was the end of that. While they were on the ice, not sure what happened, but Sadeo went after Perrier when the linesmen were in there. Perrier started fighting back as well. So we'll wait and see if it's a 5 and a 10 on these two, or if anybody's going to get ejected. 11:22 to go. We're in the first period. Lincoln Stars lead the Sioux Falls Stampede 2-0. So 5 and a 10, and we're back underway. Each guy goes for a continuation after they got onto the ice. 11:15 to go. Clock running here in the first. 2-0 Lincoln. Annaline tried to walk it up and out. Tipped it to Josh Holmstrom. He got control, teed it up, drove it to the Lincoln zone. Puck rolled into the right corner. Greiner pushed off the puck, taken away from him by Newton up the ice to Kurt Hill. He finds Canisto at the red line. Corey skates it over to the right side of the Sioux Falls zone. Snaps off the wrister. Save made. Puck sat right in front. Holmstrom was there for Sioux Falls and able to clear. Hill got steered wide, otherwise he'd have been right on the doorstep. Puck chipped up and out of the Sioux Falls zone again. Josh Holmstrom trying to walk it up in front of the benches. Corey Shakeen stole it away, walks it in, tees one up, makes the drive, and Hartzell with the save. Stars were outshot in the game last Friday night by Sioux Falls 29-24. On the season, Lincoln outshot 41 of 60 opponents. Sioux Falls only outshot 17 of 60. Very telling sign. Coach McGroarty in the postgame made the comment, we need to hit the net. Shots high and wide don't ever have a chance of scoring. Stars have done that tonight. Dahlhusen feeds it to the middle for Shakeen. Chipped it over into the right corner. Gerst and Ruhwedel in a stick battle over there. Eventually tipped up and out by Ruhwedel. Rolled to the Lincoln blue line. Dahlhusen slams on the brakes there. Lost a Stampede player. Now lost the puck. Diviak with it. Flipped it back into the Lincoln zone. Dahlhusen skates it back in front of his net for the Stars. Up the ice to David Gerst. Gerst gains the red. Chipped it ahead. Mellon outraces Furlong to the puck. Rolled away from both of them, though. Now Diviak's able to get control for Sioux Falls. He walks it through the neutral zone. Takes the shot. Stick save made by Murdoch. Frolik tried to take the shot. It goes wide. Sent back over to the left corner by the Stars. Henry up the ice to Shakeen. He's got Mellon with him. Puck tipped away, though. Nice job by Ryan Hill. Shakeen fires it deep off the end wall. Hartzell leaves it behind his net for Ryan Hill. 9:37 to go. Clock running here in period number 1. Lincoln Stars 2, Sioux Falls Stampede nothing. Rohrkamper had it taken away from him by Kretzer, but Sioux Falls got it back, and now they dump it to the Lincoln zone off the end wall in the north end. Kuipers rings it around and out. Battle for it. Kretzer's got it. He's got Vermish with him 2-on-3. Brian walked it in. Vermish got control, then flipped it back behind. Rohrkamper up the ice. Broadhurst fires it over to Thompson. He's stepped in front of by Kretzer. Loose puck. Kretzer gets control for the Stars. Into the zone. Drop pass. Vermish shot. Hartzell the save. Rebound still free. Bottom of the left circle. Kicked over. Thompson's got control for Sioux Falls. Up to the left point. Dahlhusen holds it in. Across the blue line. Newton one-timer redirected. Hartzell with the save. Puck sent up and not out of the zone. Great job by Jimmy Sears. He held it in again. Last time he did that, he was rewarded with a goal. Sioux Falls gets control and they clear, though. Newton off the half wall. Fires it in. Walters tried to play it to the Lincoln zone. Just got rocked by Dahlhusen. Rodriguez fed it to the Stars blue line. Peterson stole it away, though. Garrett up the ice, gained the red, dumps it into the right corner. Hartzell moves it back behind his own cage. McCarron comes up with it for the Stars. Centering pass off a skate back behind the goal line, left side. Sears got to it, tipped it to McCarron. John carries on. Centering pass goes up to Henry. Shot, kick saved by Hartzell. Peterson shot knocked away by Hartzell, and he gets on top of the rebound. 8:14 to go, period number 1, 2-0 Stars. Don't forget tonight's game on Time Warner Cable, channel 101, probably as early as Sunday. You can view the game. And it is just like buying a movie, except it doesn't cost you anything. It's free if you've got digital cable with Time Warner Cable. Hill, Forfar, Canisto up front. Henry and Brunito at the blue line. Face off right circle in the Sioux Falls zone, won by the Stars. Puck tipped back to Forfar. His shot kicked away by Hartzell. Two players wind up on the ice. Forfar and Escobedo. Puck taken away from both of them by Canisto. He flipped it back into the left corner now for Chris Forfar. Stars captain tried to play it down into the left corner. Goes off the skate of referee Boone Brugman. Forfar eventually tracked it back down. A wrestling match back behind. Escobedo and Forfar both on the ice. Stars come up with a loose puck. Forfar again with it. Skates at left side hash marks, tried to tip it up to the point. Played out, though, by Sioux Falls. Henry got control for the Stars. Across the defensive zone to Matt Brunito. Up the ice, Kurt Hill gets the tip. 7:33 to go. We're in the first. Stars 2, Sioux Falls nothing. Diviak played it ahead. Kuipers stepped in front, broke the play up. Bouncing puck into the Lincoln zone, right circle. Jake Newton there for the Stars. Over to David Gerst. Gerst through center, found Eric Mellon. Mellon left side, takes the shot, blocked away by Ruhwedel. Puck redirected into the left corner. McCarron tipped it back. Mellon tried to stuff it home. Hartzell down, butterfly. Sioux Falls gets control and they clear. 7 even to play. Clock running here in the first. Stars 2, Stampede nothing. Diviak, drop pass for Vrolik into the Lincoln zone, right side. Vrolik chipped it in. Murdoch the save, and we'll take a break. 6:52 to go in the first. 2-0 Lincoln. You're listening to Lincoln Stars Playoff Hockey. Back in Lincoln, loose puck in the right circle. Tipped into the slot, turnaround shot by Annaline goes wide. Welcome back, 2-0 Lincoln. We're in the first. Clock running, 6:25 to go. Puck in the Lincoln zone. Stars get control, and Dahlhusen does the dirty work, splits the D and gets it all the way out. I have Mike Melby, Tom Gimmelke back at the Three Eagles studios. Escobedo walked it in, took a shot from Dahlhusen, fired the puck deep though. Terry Broadhurst catches up to it, sends it back behind the Stars net. Rodriguez tried a centering pass, knocked away by Dahlhusen. Bruneto got control, sends it all the way down, and we'll have an icing call on the Stars. 6:03 to play. We're in the first, 2-0 Lincoln. No Canes challenge in the playoffs, but a big thanks again to Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers for sponsoring this season. Raising Cane's is running a promotion in their store through the month of April. Donate a cell phone and get $1 off any combo meal. Cane's has partnered with Cell Phones for Soldiers to raise funds to send calling cards to Nebraska Armed Forces overseas. Promotion runs through April 30th. Face-off right circle in the Lincoln zone. Forefront tipped it over to the right wing. Puck still loose. Newton and Sears team up to move it to the blue line and sweep it out. Thompson got control though for Sioux Falls. Plays it back to the Lincoln blue line. Rodriguez walks it in. Murdoch kicks it over to the right corner. Henry chips it up. Sears got control and moved it out. Hartzell's going to have to play it, so no icing. He sends it up to the left point. Sears stepped in front of it, forced the turnover. Peterson from the slot shot. Score! Nothing Stars. Garrett Peterson's first of the playoffs. Jimmy Sears again sets the whole play up. .535 to play in the first. Froelich quickly back into the Lincoln zone, puck up into the mesh. 14:25 time of Peterson's first of the playoffs, 3-0 Lincoln, 5:28 to play. Elsewhere in the playoffs, Fargo leads Omaha 2-0. That one's got 1:55 left to go in period number one, and Indiana on top of Cedar Rapids 2-0. That one's got 3:39 left to play in the first. 5:28 to play in the first here. 3-0 Lincoln. Defensively, it's Kuipers and Dahlhusen. Hill, Canisto, and Kretzer up front. Shot off the draw goes off of the metal facade protecting the Galaxy Club. Face off again in the left circle of the Lincoln zone. Canisto takes the draw with George McCulkey of Sioux Falls. Tip back behind the Lincoln goal line, centering pass from Diviak. Shot, Murdoch kicked it over to the right circle, skidded away by Canisto. Up the ice to Kurt Hill. He dumps it into the Sioux Falls zone. Battle for the puck back behind. Dan Furlong got to it. Sends it around right side and now cleared up and out. Newton with possession for the Stars. Fires it up the ice. He found Hill. Stepped Amanda, lost the puck. Rolls to Hartzell, misplayed it. He just about bounced it into his own net. Hill steals it away from a scrum. Centering pass up to Newton. One-timer. Score! Hartzell snapped, went after Corey Canisto. 4-0 Lincoln, 4:48 to go in the first. Clay Witt onto the ice for the Sioux Falls Stampede. Canisto in the box for the Stars. 4:48 to play while they sort it out. Let's go ahead and step away. 4-0 Lincoln. We're in the first. You're listening to Lincoln Stars Hockey. .48 to go. Second of the night for Newton. 4-0 Stars. Newton from Hill. Hartzell out. And Claywood in. Two for roughing on Hartzell and Canisto. And a 10-minute misconduct on Hartzell. Puck sent up and over the glass to the second row in Section F. Lincoln Stars 4, Sioux Falls Stampede nothing. 4 minutes, 24 seconds to play. We are in period number 1. It's been a wild and woolly opening 20 minutes. 4 goals by the Stars. A fight. And a goaltender and a skater getting into it. Max Grover fires the puck up the ice. Luke Greiner now gains the red, dumps it into the Lincoln zone. Puck rolls to Murdoch. He tips it back into the right corner. Forfar takes a bump, fired it up to Hill, tried to move it up and out, pinned against the wall by the Stampede. Greiner with it, slap shot blocked away by Forfar. Puck off the glass on the Zamboni pit doors. Tracked down by Dahlhusen. Rolls it along the end wall. Bruneto gets control up to Hill, backhands it off the dasherboard. Gerst picks it up at center. And Forfar just a couple of inches in too early. Gerst was trying to walk it along the line and step around a defender. 3:49 to play in the first. Stars 4, Stampede nothing. Faceoff's going to be on the Pepsi logo in front of the Sioux Falls bench. Garrett Vermish, Garrett Peterson, John McCarron up front, Taylor Kuipers, Jake Newton at the blue line. Kuipers skates away with it, fires it across to Newton. Doc's in the crease tonight. Newton fanned on the shot, rolled back behind though. Walters trying to pick it up. Couldn't, eventually rolls over to the far side and tipped out to center. Robbie Vrolik gathers it in for the Stampede. Tried to play it ahead. Peterson and Kuipers break up the play. Loose puck in the left corner of the Lincoln zone. Kuipers got to it, fed it up. Vrolik stepped in front, down the left wing. Had the puck taken away from him by John McCarron. McCarron all the way across and out of the zone. Chipped back in by Sioux Falls. Kuipers sidesteps a man trying to move it up and out. Goes high up in the air. Battle for it. Vrolik comes up with the top of the slot. Handed it off. Walters shot. Redirected wide. Walters got a back shot. Score as Doc could not slide back over. Puck was pinballing around. And Sioux Falls gets on the board. Dane Walters first to the playoffs. 16:52, time of the goal. That puck hit off the bottom of Doc's skate on his right leg and ricocheted into the net. That puck had pinballed off a couple of different skates and a couple of different sticks. Eventually, Dane Walters tracked it down. 4-1 Lincoln. Bouncing puck at the Sioux Falls blue line, gathered in by Escobedo. Sioux Falls defenseman skates it to the middle. Puck tipped away by Shakeen. Sits at the top of the left circle. Rodriguez retreats to get it. Moved it behind his own goal line. Rolled it into the right corner. Max Grover's there. Chipped it back behind. Nobody there for Sioux Falls. Mellon's going to skate over and take it for the Stars. He feeds it over to Kretzer. Kretzer, goal line, right side. Skates it to the circle. Shot with the save. Played around by Grover. Up and out. And should have been offside, whistled on the Stars as the puck hit Kretzer while he was still in the zone. Not whistled. Sioux Falls controls in their own end. They move it up the ice. Bruneto stepped in front. Cleared it again, and now it's chipped back in by Sioux Falls. 2:20 to go. We're in the first period. Lincoln 4, Sioux Falls 1. Dahlhusen double team back behind his net. Lost the puck. Broadhurst with it. Turnaround shot goes through the crease. Doc doesn't know where it is. It's on Mike Dahlhusen's tape. He fires a pass up the ice to Eric Alexander. Alexander into the Sioux Falls zone. Backhanded shot with the save. 2:04 to go in the period. 4-1 Lincoln. Stars with 2 in the period from Jake Newton, 1 from Jimmy Sears, and 1 from Garrett Peterson. Face off back in the Sioux Falls zone, left circle. Loose puck in the slot, skated away by Greiner over to Annaline. Annaline caught up to it, took the shot, hit the side of the cage. Puck loose, right side of the Lincoln zone, skated away by Jake Newton. Fires it up the ice, Alexander. Got the touch, tracked down the loose puck, goal line left side. Eric centering pass, Forfar shot, hit the post and it bounced out. Alexander tracks it down in the left corner. Him and Forfar worked that side. Forfar moved it out, sidestepped a defender. Chris, turnaround shot with the save, bouncing puck, goal line left side. Still being bounced around. Furlong gets control for Sioux Falls, feeds it up to Victor Annaline. Annaline is going to skate it across the blue line. Send it up the ice. Dahlhusen stepped in front of it for the Stars. And it ricochets off a shin pad into the penalty box. Let's step away for one more quick 30-second timeout here in the first. 1:21 to play. 4-1 Lincoln. You're listening to Lincoln Stars Playoff Hockey. We go under a minute to play here at the Icebox. I'm Mike Melby, Tom Gemmelke back at the Three Eagles studio. Stars on the attack again. Peterson right side, hash mark, cycles it into the right corner for Jimmy Sears. Sears lost an edge, got back up after it. And we're going to get a penalty upcoming on Sioux Falls. Boy, Sears has been in the middle of everything for the Stars tonight when he has been on the ice. Forced a turnover in the Sioux Falls zone and got rewarded with the first goal of the game. Off to the February doghouse, Sean Escobedo. 19:15, time of the penalty. Lincoln gets their first crack at a power play. Sears teamed up with Chris Forfar to force another turnover. And Garrett Peterson got one. That was the Stars' third goal. And he draws the penalty there. 37 to go in the period. Stars on the power play here. They lead it 4-1. Sent over to the right point. Jake Newton with it. Right side hash marks for Kurt Hill. Feeds it to the bottom of the circle now for Ryan Kretzer. Back up to the blue line for Newton. Kretzer, right circle, shot with the save. Bouncing puck in front. Shipped over to the left side. Wrestling match for it. And it's moved up to the left point. Newton holds it in for the Stars. 16:15 to go in the period. Kretzer, top of the right circle. Feeds it to the bottom of the circle for Hill. They crisscross. Hands it off. Kretzer centering pass. Rolled over to the left side goal line. Shakeen takes the shot. Goes back behind the cage. 4-3-2, sent in front. Sioux Falls intercepts, they clear, and that'll end the first period. Stars put 4 on the board in the first. They lead it 4-1. Don't go anywhere. Intermission report brought to you by Ashland Country Club comes your way next. You're listening to Lincoln Stars Hockey.
Now available on Nebraska On Demand. Channel 101. 2009 National Signing Day. Nebraska On Demand is your place to see the 2009 Husker recruiting class and extensive coverage of National Signing Day, including Coach Bo Pelini, letter of intent signings and player interviews, recruit highlight videos. Check out the future of Husker football on Time Warner Cable's Nebraska On Demand. Channel 101.
A minute 15 left on the Stars power play to open play here in the second. Puck being bounced around. Eventually Sioux Falls gets control and they fire it all the way down. Tripping penalty on Sean Escobedo. Late in the period gave the Stars their first power play. They lead it by a score of 4-1. Puck off a skate back to the Lincoln zone. Newton collects it for the Stars. He'll quarterback the power play. Shakeen up the ice off the dasherboard. Kretzer collects it far side. Found Shakeen. Corey's going to roll it around left corner. Forfar stopped it along the wing. Chipped away back behind. Max Grover got to it for Sioux Falls. Moves it up and out of the zone. 30 to go on Lincoln's power play. Shakeen leaves it for Newton. He finds Kurt Hill across the red. Back to Shakeen, right side of the Sioux Falls zone. Plays it deep. Hill tried to roll it back a little further. Grover got to it. Redirected up to the blue line. Newton gets control for the Stars. Feeds it to the bottom of the right circle. Kurt Hill with it now. Skates to the top. Bottom of the circle for Kretzer up to the blue line. Far side one-timer. Shakeen. Stick save made by Witt. 4-3-2-1. Power play is over. Sioux Falls back to full strength. Hill stops the puck on the left side. Kretzer chipped it back into the corner. Ruedel is able to move it up the wing and now out. Rodriguez at center carries on for the Stampede. Got stood up by Dahlhusen. Puck rolled away from him. Matt Bruneteau right there for the Stars. Tipped ahead at center. Puck to the left corner of the Sioux Falls zone. Dan Furlong sends it back over to the right side. Gerst sidestepped a hit from Ryan Hill. Puck rolled back behind. David tries to chase it down, bouncing on that right side. Wrestling match for it. Great job by Eric Mellon. Puck checked it away from Hill. Gerst comes up with it for the Stars. Feeds it in front, redirected, sits in the crease, and Clay Witt gets on top of it. And right there again for the Stars in the mix with the goaltender is Corey Canisto. After Lincoln scored their fourth of the game at the 15-12 mark back in the first period, Canisto, don't know if he said something or what to Eric Hartzell, but Hartzell went after him. Hartzell got 2 and 10. Canisto got 2. Face-off left circle in the Sioux Falls zone. Mellon, Canisto, Gerst up front for the Stars. At the blue line, it's Bruneteau and Dahlhusen. Ryan Hill skates away with the puck for the Stampede. Off the ice to Terry Broadhurst, sidestepped a man. Bounced it over, left side, Rodriguez, shot, glove save, Murdoch. 17:59 to go in the second period. Lincoln Stars 4, Sioux Falls Stampede 1. Let's go ahead and step away for 30 seconds. You're listening to Lincoln Stars Playoff Hockey. Lincoln on the attack again in the Sioux Falls zone. Welcome back. 17:35 to go. Clock running here in the second. Eric Alexander broke free, took a shot, redirected wide by Escobedo. Played off the end wall. Now sent over to the left side. Alexander tipped it back behind. Vermish trying to carry on. Ruedel tipped it away from him. Those two in a stick battle. Ruedel skates away with it. Up the wing, David Eddy found Rodriguez at center. Over to Terry Broadhurst down the right wing in the Lincoln zone. Broadhurst skates it back behind. Kuipers pushes him down. Puck rolled away, sent towards the Lincoln crease. Stock gets on top of it, and we get a whistle. Boy, that one right in the middle of the crease, and Doc got on top of it, thought he had kicked it back behind him. But he gets a hold of the puck. 17:12 to go. We're in the second period. Stars lead at 4-1. Puck tipped up to the point, and Grover couldn't hold it in. Sioux Falls will have to touch up. They dump it into the right corner. Bruneteau races after it for the Stars. Backhands it to the left corner for Jake Newton. Up the ice to Kretzer, had his stick lifted. Annaline going the other way. Rolled it to the right corner in the Lincoln zone. Griner chased it down, flipped it back behind. Newton there, poke checked it away, sits along the end wall now. Knifed out of the scrum. Annaline again catches up to it. Fed it back behind for Griner, centering pass. Kick back to Griner, goal line right side, takes this shot, and Doc comes up with a glove save. Bring Lana in here real quick. So, Lana, we've got well over 3,500 in the building tonight. How are ticket sales going for tomorrow?
The ticket office is going to open at noon tomorrow. I expect it to be busy.
So noon tomorrow, not 10?
Noon tomorrow.
All right, so I lied to everybody earlier. I'm sorry about that. So ticket office opens up at noon tomorrow. Game 2 here at the Icebox. Stars in the Stampede. Lincoln leads game 1, 16:30 to go. Second period, 4-1 Lincoln. Kurt Hill quickly into the Sioux Falls zone, takes the wrister, and Clay Witt with the glove save. Now, you guys are not only selling single game tickets, but if somebody wants to buy the rest of the playoff package and then pay as they go, as the games are played, they can do that as well?
Just come down to the ticket office. We have a form for you to fill out. You can buy the rest of the package, and then after we're done playing the playoffs, we'll charge your credit card.
Pretty simple and easy to do. Thanks a lot. Stars on the attack again. Shot. Clay Witt with the save. Bouncing puck bottom of the right circle. Lincoln trying to keep control. They fire it in. Sent back behind. Sits in the crease. Kicked over to the left wing. Ryan Hill able to feed it back up and out. Henry dumped it in. Ruedel gloved it down. Played it around and into the Lincoln zone. 16 even to play. Clock's running here in the second. 4-1 Stars. Lincoln able to clear the puck up and out. Rolls all the way down to the goal line. Right side. Ruedel. There for Sioux Falls, over to Max Grover. Sends it up the ice. Newton backhands it off the glass and out. Rolled back into the Lincoln zone. Henry there for the Stars. Over to Newton, sidesteps a man. Now sidesteps two more. Skates it to the top of the right circle. The Sioux Falls zone, dumped it deep. Ruedel flipped it off the end wall over to the left side. Josh Holmstrom there for Sioux Falls. Up the ice, tipped by Vrolik. Stars control though. Shakeen across the blue line, dumps it deep. Mellon races after it for the Stars, and we got a penalty upcoming as Mellon's down on the ice. And the Stars are going to get their second power play here. Interference whistled on the Stampede. .444 time of the penalty. And Chad Ruedel off to the February doghouse. Stars power play. 5 for 37 on the season against Sioux Falls. Overall in the 60-game regular season, 17.6%, 80.3 on the PK for Sioux Falls. Stars gave up a league worst 15 shorthanded goals. Sioux Falls scored 3. One of them was against the Stars. Face-off right circle of the Sioux Falls zone, won by the Stampede. Stars steal the puck away though. With it is Kurt Hill back behind. Kurt centering pass off his skate right through the crease. Kretzer tracked it down, back to Hill. Goal line right side, skates it up the wing. Tried to feed it deep. Fanned on it, and the Stampede get control and they clear. Dock all the way over to the right corner. He'll leave it for Jake Newton. Minute 35 to go, clock running. Stars on the power play. We're in the second period, and the big clock says 14:45. 4-1 Lincoln. Newton with the shot blocker save made by Witt. Puck loose, goal line left side, chip back behind. Walters gets to it, feeds it up the left point. Hill stops it for the Stars across the blue line for Kretzer. Kretzer. Tip past Hill, top of the slot, skates it to the top of the right circle, now hands it off to Jake Newton. He'll skate it to the blue line. Jake dances with it for a moment, into the right circle. Hill, bottom of that circle for Kretzer. Skates it into the circle, 4-far one-timer blocked away by Walters. Kretzer gets to the loose puck for the Stars, over to Hill. Hill up to Newton, top of the right circle. Wrister, kick save made by Witt. Alexander tracked down a loose puck for the Stars, goal line. Left side, sent it in front, redirected just wide. Kretzer gets to it for the Stars, backhands it up 50, 49, 48 to go on the power play for Lincoln. They lead it 4-1. Dahlhusen over to the right side hash marks. Kurt Hill with it into the middle of the circle. Shot off a stick and up into the mesh. 13:58 to play. Period number 2. Lincoln 4, Sioux Falls 1. Stars power play. Their second of the game has 42 seconds left on it. Indiana on top of Cedar Rapids 5-1. Fargo leads Omaha 3-1. Both of those games roughly 10 minutes to play in the second. Gers, Vermish, Shakeen, Sadeo, and Dahlhusen, the 5 on the power play now for the Stars. Sadeo skates it to the middle. Now over to the left point. Shakeen plays the point. Fires a pass over to the left side hash marks. Back up to the blue line. Sadeo shot still free in front. Chipped over to the bottom of the right circle. Max Grover gets it, feeds it up to the blue line. Dahlhusen holds it in across to Sadeo, left side. The big doggy over to the left side hash marks for Garrett Vermish. 17, 16, 15 to go. Vermish cycles his teammates to the point. Sadeo one-timer fired wide. Gers got to the rebound up to Sadeo across Dahlhusen, top of the circle. Shakeen one-timer fired high, hits the glass, goes over to the right side hash marks. 2-1. Sioux Falls back to full strength. Puck tipped up and out. Sioux Falls has got numbers if they hurry, and the play's broken up by Garrett Vermish. Nice job on the back check. Tipped it away from Robbie Vrolik. Stars control the puck with it is Sadeo up the ice. Tipped over to Shakeen. Corey with the shot. Clay with the save. 13:02 to go. Period number 2. Lincoln 4, Sioux Falls 1. Stars 0 for 2 on the power play. Sioux Falls 0 for 1. Blue Line Booster Club is holding their annual player photo plaque auction tonight. Bid sheets are in the South Concourse, and bidding will end at the 9-minute mark of the second intermission. Winning bidders can pick up their item at the conclusion of the game tonight. Face-off Sioux Falls zone, right circle. Bouncing around, hits the side of the Stampede cage. Wrestling match for it. Eventually kicked over to the left corner. Mellon chased it down for the Stars, tried to feed it up the wing. Stampede get control and clear. Loose puck out at center, being pinballed around. Eventually wound up on the tape of Matt Bruneto of the Stars. And Matt fires it into the Sioux Falls bench. 12:43 to go. We're in the second period. Lincoln Stars 4, Sioux Falls Stampede 1. Game 2 here tomorrow night. Don't forget, as early as I believe Sunday, you're going to be able to watch tonight's game on Time Warner, Nebraska On Demand, channel 101. If you've got digital cable, you can go watch it. I know a lot of Stars fans watched that March 10th game against Omaha. Very happy Time Warner Cable decided to come out and do it again for game 1 of the playoffs. Face off in the Lincoln zone, right circle. Won by Sioux Falls. Centering pass tipped around into the Lincoln crease. Kicked over to the bottom of the left circle by Murdoch. Stars control. Henry rings it over to the hash marks. Canisto fed it up. Mellon tip pass found Peterson through center. Garrett to the Sioux Falls zone. Snaps off a wrister. Shoulder save made by Witt. He's out of the crease. Puck sits in the left circle. 2 Stampede players down on the ice. And Escobedo may have got caught with his own stick. Shot blocked away by Newton. Escobedo's up. Puck back behind the Lincoln cage. Wrestling match for it. Centered. And skating away with it is Lincoln's Corey Canisto. He finds Garrett Peterson. He got to the red. Fired it in. Stars will change. Ruedel behind his own cage now for Sioux Falls. Up the ice. He just got rocked by McCarron. Broadhurst had the puck tipped away from him. 11:53 to go. Stars got it to the Sioux Falls zone, but the Stampede clear. Newton in the neutral zone controls for Lincoln. Over to Taylor Kuipers off the dasher board ahead, and it's going to be icing on the Stars. We'll take a break. 11:45 to go in the second. Lincoln 4, Sioux Falls 1. You're listening to Lincoln Stars Hockey. Back in Lincoln, Stars lead it 4-1, 11:35 to go. Clock running in the second period. Sears dumps it into the Sioux Falls zone. McCarron took a bump along the end wall, got back up, still controls the puck. Handed it off to Jimmy Sears. Sears back to McCarron, left corner. John flipped it up the wing for Sears. And a hand pass is going to be called on Lincoln's Jimmy Sears. Face-off will move back out to the Pepsi logo in front of the Lincoln bench. Mentioned the Blue Line Booster Club holding their annual player photo plaque auction tonight. Tomorrow night, they're holding a drawing for a one-of-a-kind Icy Stars mirror signed by the Lincoln Stars coaches and players. Stop by the Blue Line Booster Club booth in the South Hallway to get your tickets for that drawing tomorrow night. Henry dumps the puck in for the Stars. Sean Escobedo behind his own net, tipped it over to the left side. Vermish got control for Lincoln. Puck checked away from him. Perrier feeds it off the glass. Up. Alexander knocked it down. Kretzer's centering pass shipped up and out by Sioux Falls. Ryan tracked the puck down, backhands it all the way across the neutral zone. Henry from the red line fires it into the Stampede end. Lincoln up 4-1, 10:55 to go. Clock running here in the second. Max Greiner up the ice. Victor Annaline had it tipped away from him. Lincoln plays it back into the Stampede zone. Escobedo clears. Dahlhusen had the puck rolled just by him. Greiner races after it. Now steered wide by Henry and Dahlhusen. Puck tipped away. Now fed up front. Diviak with it. Shot. Blocked away. Bounces high up over the crossbar. Comes free left side. Shot blocked away by Murdoch. In the slots, getting away with it. Garrett Vermish for the Stars. Over to Eric Alexander. Back to Vermish. Split the D. Takes the shot with the save. Puck bounce high up in the air over Witt's head and into the left corner. Vrolik caught up to it for Sioux Falls. Rung around to the right side. Dahlhusen there for the Stars. Sidestep Furlong. Works down the wing now. Tipped into the right corner for Garrett Vermish. Vermish along that wing. Right side of the Sioux Falls end. Pinned against the boards now by Ryan Hill. Rohrkemper and Shakeen in the scrum as well. Eventually kicked out. Hill controls for the Stampede. Flipped it over. And Gertz stepped in front. Takes the shot. Hit the side of the cage. Loose behind the Sioux Falls end. Rohrkemper had it. Poke checked away by Gertz. Furlong comes away with it though for Sioux Falls. Kicked up and out by Vrolik. Still being bounced around at center. Vrolik got control. Throws it into the Lincoln zone and Murdoch's going to cover it up. Let's go ahead and take a 60-second timeout. We're in the second period. 4-1 Lincoln, 9:46 to play. You're listening to Lincoln Stars Playoff Hockey. Back at the ice box, 9:46 to play in the second. 4-1 Stars face off Lincoln zone, left circle, won by the Stars. Newton skates it off the ice, pass to Kurt Hill. Kurt will dump it into the right side of the Sioux Falls end, Max Grover. Collects it, sends it through the crease, bounces up, Stars force the turnover, far left circle. Skates it back behind, Grover races after it as it rolled in front of Chris. Was able to move it up to Terry Broadhurst, tip pass Rodriguez, far side for David Eddy. Play broken up by Michael Sadeo, ahead to Forfar. Stars have got numbers. Forfar left circle, shot with the save, rebound swept over to the far side. Eddy got to it and sent it out of the zone. Ross Henry right there for the Stars, fires it back in. 4-1 Lincoln, 9:05 to go, clock running here in the second. Grover pass up the ice to Rodriguez, couldn't control. Henry there for Lincoln. Flips it ahead, Shakeen, left circle, slap shot with the stick save, bouncing puck right in front of the Sioux Falls net. Skated away by Rodriguez. Up to Broadhurst, Broadhurst through center. Puck poke checked away, came free shot, Murdoch the save. Max Grover right there. Tried the backhand, got the good bounce, wound up on his tape. But Doc knocks it down and gets on the loose puck. Again, game 2 tomorrow night here at the Icebox. Ticket office opens up at noon. Noon tomorrow. 474 Star Extension 1. Just come on down and get your tickets for tomorrow night's game 2 against Sioux Falls. Face off right circle in the Lincoln zone. Shakeen up front with Eric Mellon and David Gers. Dahlhusen defensively with Brunito. Doc in the crease. Wrestling match for the puck left side of the Lincoln zone. Scrum. And we finally get a whistle. Elsewhere in the USHL first round, Green Bay won last night 4-1 over Waterloo. Fargo leads Omaha right now 4-1. Minute left to go in the second there. And Indiana leads Cedar Rapids 6-1. 4.5 to play in the second there. Dahlhusen and Dane Walters exchange. I believe it was gardening tips they were just trading. Loose puck left circle to the Lincoln zone. Stars control, they'll move it up and out. Sears tipped it ahead to Garrett Peterson. He's got McCarron with him. Peterson takes the shot, Clay with the glove save. McCarron was right there in case it would have popped out. Perrier and McCarron tied up. Linesmen separate them. 8:21 to go. Period number 2. Stars 4, Sioux Falls 1. McCarron, Peterson, Sears up front. Dahlhusen, Brunito at the blue line. Doc in the crease, face off in the Sioux Falls zone, left circle. Kicked around. Perrier got to it. Rung it around the boards and out. Brunito bounced it off the half wall for the Stars back in. We'll see if the Stars can keep it in. Sears, good work down that right wing, does so. Bounced away from him though in the right corner. Chad Ruhwedel with it now for Sioux Falls. Skates it up the ice, off the dasherboard in front of the benches. Brunito races after it behind the Lincoln goal line. Tried to feed it around, goes off a skate, bouncing, goal line left side. Stars come away with it. Peterson feeds it up the wing, held in left point by Grover, and he took it over the line. Offside is going to be whistled on Sioux Falls. Grover couldn't hold it in. I thought he did for a moment, but popped up over his stick and across the blue. With that, let's go ahead and step away for another 30-second timeout. 7:46 to play, period number 2. Lincoln Stars 4, Sioux Falls Stampede 1. You're listening to Lincoln Stars Playoff Hockey. Back at the icebox, Sioux Falls skates it through center. Max Grover with a shot. Murdoch the save. Puck sits right in the crease. Still bouncing around. Doc trying to get on front. And Doc does get out front, gets on top of it. And gets the whistle. Goalmouth scramble. Murdoch down. Was able to keep control. 7 minutes, 12 seconds to play. Period number 2. Lincoln Stars 4, Sioux Falls Stampede 1. Defensively, it's going to be Dahlhusen, and Henry. 4-4 Canisto and Hill up front. Doc in the crease. Face off Lincoln zone, left circle. Move back behind the Lincoln goal line. Ross Henry there for the Stars. Tipped out by Hill. Canisto caught up to it. Spin move. Backhands it into the Sioux Falls zone. Ryan Hill, defenseman for Sioux Falls, catches up to it. Kurt Hill, Stars forward. Chases after him. Sent over to the right corner. Dan Furlong moved it up, not out. Stolen away by Canisto. Found 4-4, tipped to Hill. Knocked away by Ryan Hill. Kurt Hill got to it, took the shot. Goes wide, 4-4, winds up with a backhanded shot with the save. Furlong played it over the right side hash mark. Shot off a skate. Greiner winds up with it for Sioux Falls. Hands it off to Diviak. Diviak through center. Played it in. Stars steal it away. Henry tried to fire it up the ice. Ryan Hill stepped in front of it for Sioux Falls. 6:25 to go. Clock running here in the second period. Lincoln 4, Sioux Falls 1. Ruedel back in his own end for the Stampede. Backwards 360 spin. Got him free, and he was able to send it to the Lincoln zone. Stars defenseman Mike Dahlhusen tried to carry along. Puck rolled into the right corner. Rohrkemper with it for the Stampede. Puck knifed out away from him. Still a battle for it. Stars control. With it is Eric Alexander. Alexander, drop pass, Kretzer, fed Alexander, shot with the save, and he gets on the rebound. Kretzer trying to avoid Clay Witt, him and Perrier. Get tangled up, Kretzer on the ice, everybody okay. As Lana said earlier, ticket office opens at noon tomorrow. If you want to come down and get playoff tickets for the rest of the playoffs, you can do that as well. What they'll do is give you the whole set, and then they will charge your credit card at the end of the playoffs for all of the home games that the Stars play. Face off in the right circle of the Sioux Falls zone, won by the Stampede. Ruedel with it, skates it all the way out to center. Now left side of the Lincoln zone, Terry Broadhurst shot, Murdoch the save, puck still free in front of the Lincoln net, rolls to Murdoch and he covers it up. David Eddy, while he was laying on his stomach in the slot, tried to one-hand the puck away from Murdoch. Good effort there by the Stampede player. They've gotten to the second intermission at the Mid-America Center. Fargo 4, Omaha 1. Minute left to go in the second in Cedar Rapids, and the Indiana Ice lead the Rough Riders 6-1. Face off in the Lincoln zone, left circle. 4-4 Hill, Canisto still up front. Renato and Sedale, your defensive pair. Stars play the puck up and out. Canisto tip pass over to Kurt Hill, walks it down the left wing, fitted ahead. 4-4, tried to skate it in tight, and Grover now goes after 4-4 as he tried to slam it into goaltender Clay Witt. Net off the pegs. Witt in the net behind the goal line. 4-4 crashed the net, and him and Grover took Clay Witt in the net off the pegs and back about 4 or 5 feet. .533 to go. We're in period number 2. Lincoln 4, Sioux Falls 1. Jesse Pletch, linesman, skates Chris 4-4's broken stick back to the Lincoln bench. Up front now, Garrett Vermish, Eric Alexander, and Ryan Kretzer. Kretzer takes it on for the Stars, tipped it over to the left side. Battle for the puck. Eventually, Dane Walters of Sioux Falls winds up with it across the neutral zone to Robbie Vrolik. Vrolik down the left wing takes this shot, redirected wide, and it goes into the crowd. 5:23 to go in the second. Lincoln 4, Sioux Falls 1. Dahlhusen and Newton defensively, along with Doc. And then it's Alexander, Kretzer, and Vermish. And now Alexander off, 4-4 on. Face off in the Lincoln zone, left circle. Chris 4-4 takes the draw for the Stars against George McConkie of Sioux Falls. 4-4 wins it. Newton up the ice to Kretzer. Ryan gains the red, dumps it off the half wall ahead for Vermish. Vermish caught up to it, left side hash marks. Finds the trailer, tipped away by Sioux Falls. Stampede the other direction. Walters with it. Ahead to Vrolik, puck checked away by Newton, rolled into the right corner. Puck loose, Dahlhusen gets to it for the Stars. He clears it up and out. Ryan Hill dumped it back in for Sioux Falls. Stops on the goal line, right side of the Lincoln end. Newton plays it around and out, kicked out by the Stars. Puck loose at center. Finally corralled by Ryan Hill for Sioux Falls. He plays it off the dashboard to the Lincoln zone. Stampede will finish up their change, and the puck to the right side, and finally the penalty is called. Melland was being held onto by Dan Furlong. And now Perrier and Forfar, some more pushing and shoving. .441 to go in the second. 2-1 Lincoln. Excuse me, 4-1 Lincoln. Forfar and Perrier. Off to the sin bin. And Dan Furlong will join Perrier for the hold, I believe. 15-19 time of the penalties. Stars will get their third power play. 0 for 2 so far. Faceoff will be in the Sioux Falls zone. Stars are going to set the power play with David Gers, Kurt Hill, Corey Shakeen, Garrett Vermish, and Michael Sadeo. And they won't allow the change, so Vermish will sit on the half wall till the face-off, and then Henry will jump off. So face-off right circle in the Sioux Falls zone. Kicked over to the corner. Played around left point. Vermish trying to hold it in. Tipped out though. Stampede trying to go the other way. Vermish got it back for the Stars. Walked it in left side. Garrett flipped it deep. David Gers is there. Backhands it over to the right side hash marks. Kurt Hill controls for the Stars. To the point for Corey Shakeen. Tip pass back to Hill. Shakeen back over to the left side for Sadeo. Sadeo down the wing to Vermish. All the way across the zone, top of the right circle. Kurt Hill slap shot redirected by Gers just up over the crossbar. Gers tracked down the loose puck for the Stars, fed it up the wing. Rohrkemper backhanded clearing pass up, not out. Sadeo gets it for the Stars. Shot redirected into the mesh. .123 to go on Lincoln's power play. 4:04 to play. We're in the second period. Lincoln leads it 4-1. Dahlhus and Gers, Vermish, Shakeen, Sadeo. The five skaters on the ice with goaltender Kevin Murdoch. Stars on the power play here. Ryan Hill gets control for Sioux Falls. Plays it off the glass and out. Murdoch flips it around. Vrolik rolls back out to center. Hill sends it right back in off of one of the linesmen. Dahlhus will quarterback the power play for the Stars. The goal. All five up the ice at once. Dumped in by Shakeen, rolls over left side hash marks. Kretzer tried to chip it up, goes off a skate back into the left corner. Gers moved off the puck, bounced away from everybody, fed up to the blue line and now out. Vrolik going the other way, shorthanded. It's a 2-on-1 break into the Lincoln zone. Vrolik left circle takes the shot. Murdoch the save, and he gets on top of the rebound. Stars have given up shorthanded goals all season long. Won every 4 games, 15 on the season. Gave up the odd man rush there because of the speed of Robbie Vrolik. But Doc solid in the pipes tonight. Gets the save. Face-off will stay in the Lincoln zone. Left circle. Canisto, Alexander, Kretzer, Hill, and Newton to 5 on the ice. Shot off the draw by Sioux Falls. Bounced over to the right side off a couple of different players' skates. Lincoln controls. Newton wheels. Fires the pass up the ice to Hill. Sent ahead, and Diviak stepped in front, broke the play up. Sends it the other direction. Stars regroup. Newton with it up the ice to Hill. Skates in front of the benches, now dumps it in. Knocked down by Grover. Alexander caught up to it, trying to skate along. Grover found it and sends it all the way down. Doc stops at goal line, left side of the Lincoln zone. 3-2-1, that ends the power play for the Stars. They're 0 for 3. Alexander ahead to Ross Henry. Henry into the Sioux Falls zone. Split defenders. Puck poke checked away. Ross got it back. Sent in front. Hill redirects it just wide. Alexander tracks down the loose puck. Takes the shot. Hit the side of the cage. Grover got to it. Hill knocked him down. Kept the puck in for the time being. Furlong clears it up and out. Henry sends it back in for the Stars. Whittle stop it behind his net. Max Grover collects it for Sioux Falls. Up the ice, tip to the Lincoln zone. Bruneteau races after it for the Stars. He's able to send it up and out. 2 minutes, 10 seconds to go. Period number 2. Lincoln 4, Sioux Falls 1. Broadhurst ahead, tipped away by Mellon. Stars control. Jimmy Sears fires it over to Mellon, tipped away. Stars carry on. Garrett Peterson had a poke checked away from behind. Tracks down the loose puck left corner. Sears is there now. Jimmy, centering pass, backhanded shot from Peterson goes wide. Ryan Hill caught up to it, teed it up, sent it around to the right side hash marks. Pinned against the boards, Escobedo and Sears in a little scrum. Sears continues to muscle along the boards, knocks Escobedo down. Big collision, now Mellon in the mix as well. Fed up the left side, Broadhurst able to clear it up, not out. Henry's got it, slap shot blocked away by Hill. Rolled over to the right side, Henry tried to chase it down. Puck sits there, Sears turnaround shot blocked by Ryan Hill. Mellon centering pass, top of the slot. Peterson shot just wide. Peterson tracked down the rebound, left side hash marks, fed it up to the point. Dahlhusen across the blue line. Henry's gonna play it deep. Ryan Hill tried to chip it around. Stars knocked it away. Peterson steals it away, sends it in front, shot blocked away by Clay Witt. Puck sits there. David Eddy's gonna skate away with it for Sioux Falls. Shakeen off the bench for the Stars, knocked it away. Under a minute to play. Dahlhusen back into the zone for the Stars. Handed it off right side. Ginisto shot. Hill, with the save. Hill crashing the net as well. Defensively, Ryan Hill tried to get there and cover things up as well for Sioux Falls. Clay Witt, the goaltender for the Stampede, got on top of it. And we'll have another face-off in the Sioux Falls into the ice. 54.1 seconds to play. We're in the second period. Lincoln Stars 4, Sioux Falls Stampede 1. Ginisto 4-4, Vermish up front, Dahlhusen, Sadeo at the blue line, Doc in the crease. Stars win the draw up to the left point. Out of the middle, Vermish shot, score! Time of Garrett Vermish's first of the year in the playoffs. 5-1 Lincoln. Ginisto and Dahlhusen should wind up with the apples on that one. For not Ginisto with the second assist. Sioux Falls quickly on the attack into the Lincoln zone. McCalkey skates it behind the Lincoln net. Now flipped it off the inboard for Annaling. Goes for the stuff. Murdoch knocks it away. Sent back behind 35-34 to go in the second period. Lincoln leads at 5-1. Puck sent back behind again into the right circle. Shot, shoulder save. Murdoch puck to the bottom of that circle. 4-4 got control for the Stars. Backhands it up and out. Ruedel tried to play it ahead. And it's redirected by Forfar into the Sioux Falls bench. 20.3 seconds to go in the second. 5-1 Lincoln. Remember, there's no Canes Challenge in the playoffs. Big thanks to Raising Canes, though, for sponsoring Lincoln Stars hockey again this year. Shakeen, Mellon, Gerse up front. Sadeo and Henry at the blue line. Doc in the crease face-off on the aforementioned Raising Canes logo on the ice. Right in front of the Lincoln Stars bench. Puck being tipped around out at center. Shakeen got to it, rolls it deep. 10, 9, 8 to go in the period. Gerse sends it over to the left side. Walters gets it for Sioux Falls. Off the dashboard, 3-2-1, and the Stars lead 5-1 at the now end of 2. Don't go anywhere. Intermission report brought to you by Ashland Country Club comes your way next. Lincoln 5, Sioux Falls 1 after 2 periods of play. You're listening to Lincoln Stars Hockey.
Now available on Time Warner Cable's Nebraska On Demand. The Husker coverage you want when you want it. Recruit highlights. Signing day. Coaches shows. Plus, we're adding new content all the time. And with Time Warner Digital Cable, it's all free. Nebraska On Demand, Channel 101.
Fresh 20 minutes up on the board. Lincoln Stars with a 5-1 lead. Starting in the period for the Stars, Kurt Hill, Chris Forfar, Corey Ginisto up front. Jake Newton and Michael Sadeo at the blue line. Kevin Murdoch in the crease. Clay Witt replaced Eric Hartzell at the 15-12 mark of period number 1 after Hartzell gave up his 4th of the period. And Boone Brugman drops the puck. We're underway here in period number 3. Puck sent all the way down. Witt moves it over to the bottom of the left circle. Escobedo from the left corner chipped it up the wing. Diviak tried to clear it up and out. Bounces. Forvar came up with it. Takes this shot. It goes wide around to the left side. Sadeo stops it at the left point. His wrister redirected wide. Winds up behind the Sioux Falls net. Racing after it. Lincoln's Kurt Hill. Hill fed it up to the point. Tipped away though by Patrick Diviak. Murdoch out of the crease to the bottom of the right circle. Sends it up the wing and out. Bouncing puck. Sadeo gets control for the Stars. Moved it ahead. Canesto tip pass left side of the Stampede zone. Shakeen with the backhanded shot. It goes behind the cage. Rolls up to the right point. And the Stampede cleared up. Not out. Gerst jumped the play. Bouncing puck in front of the net. Shot. And Clay Witt with the save. Boy, what a hustling play by David Gerst of the Stars. Faceoff's going to stay in the Sioux Falls zone. 19:09 to play in the game. Lincoln 5, Sioux Falls 1. Shakeen, Melland, and Gerst up front. Henry and Dahl using at the blue line. Doc in the crease. Perrier off the ice to Terry Broadhurst. Back over to Perrier. He lost an edge but dumped it to the Lincoln zone. Battle for the puck. Dane Walters had it for a moment. Poke checked away by Shakeen. Still loose. Stick battle behind the goal line in the left side of the Lincoln zone. Eventually knifed out, rolls over to the right wing. Mellon got control for the Stars. Pass up ahead, David Gerst. Gerst into the Sioux Falls zone. Left side hash marks, backhanded shot goes all the way through to the right wing. Caught up to by Terry Broadhurst. Broadhurst quickly through center, toe drag, got him nowhere. Eventually tipped back, Dane Walters comes up with it, shot, Murdoch the save. You need tickets for tomorrow's game, get them starting at noon tomorrow. You either come on down to the Icebox or call 474-STAR extension 1. Face off in the Lincoln zone, left circle, still being tipped around, winds up on the slot. Vermish gets control for the Stars. He's got Alexander with him. Played ahead and the Stars are offside. Furlong and Hill defensively there for Sioux Falls. Face-off will be on the Pepsi logo just outside of the the Sioux Falls blue line in front of the Stampede bench. Kretzer wins the draw for the Stars. Newton from the red line dumped it in, rolls to Clay Witt, uses the big stick to move it to the left corner. Vermish got there, chipped it back behind for Kretzer, rolled away. Furlong controls his pass, taken away by Vermish. Vermish left side hash mark, cycled it in the corner, rolls back behind. Puck still free. Vermish chased it down to Kretzer back behind the Sioux Falls cage. Ryan trying to get control of the puck, eventually does so. Chipped it back into the right corner now. Vermish works there. Dan Furlong in tow. Vermish still with it. Turnaround shot may have hit the post. Kicked right in front of the Sioux Falls net. And it's going to be skated up and out by Luke Greiner. And a huge play on the far side. Alexander and Greiner collide. Alexander's back slams the glass. Into his shift, he'll jump off. John McCarron, Jimmy Sears, Garrett Peterson up front for the Stars. Jimmy Sears steals it away. It's underneath the Stampede player. McCarron comes up with it for the Stars. Found Sears, shot redirected wide. Greiner chased it down for the Stampede, fed it up. Sears stepped in front, slap shot just wide. Crawled the glass up and out of play. 5-1 Lincoln, 17 minutes, 14 seconds to play in the game. 10:24 left at the Mid-America Center in Council Bluffs. Fargo 6, Omaha 2. Indiana leads Cedar Rapids 6-2, 9:58 to play there. Face off again on the Pepsi logo. Just outside of the Stampede blue line. Witt stops the puck behind his own cage as the Stars dumped it in. Grover up the ice play. Broken up by the Stars. Puck rolled to the left side of the Lincoln zone. Bruneteau off the end wall. Over to Dahlhuse and he'll fire the pass up. Icing waved off. Sears got the tip. Puck down into the left corner. The Sioux Falls end. Josh Holmstrom corrals it. Holmstrom up the ice. Play broken up by Lincoln's Kurt Hill. Across, McCarron with it. Backhands it along the dasher board in front of the benches. Still a battle for it. Eventually rolls back into the right circle. Patrick Diviak up the ice. Sends it to center, tipped in by Sean Escobedo. 16.5 to play. We're in the third. Lincoln 5, Sioux Falls 1. Stars working through center. Puck rolls to the bottom of the left circle in the Sioux Falls zone along the end wall. Ruedel one-handed it over to Perrier. He fires it all the way down. It's going to be an icing call on the Stampede. You can catch all of tonight's action on Time Warner Cable's Nebraska On Demand, Channel 101, starting probably Sunday. Tune into Channel 101. Watch the rebroadcast of tonight's game in its entirety. You can pause, rewind, and replay the action when you want to and as often as you want to. Only on Time Warner's Nebraska On Demand, Channel 101. Face off in the Sioux Falls zone, right circle, won by the Stars. And then Sioux Falls got in and fired it all the way down. Another icing call on the Stampede. Stars fans, a big thank you again for leading the USHL in attendance. Lincoln averaged 4,314 fans per game. Far and away the best in the USHL. Well over 3,500 in the building tonight. Face off right circle in the Sioux Falls zone. Still a battle for it, bouncing. And it rolls to the goal line, left side. Perrier brings it all the way around and out. Back defensively, Mike Dahlhusen across the blue line to Henry. Ross plays it off the dashboard to the Sioux Falls end. Forfar trying to force the turnover right side of the Sioux Falls zone. Does so. Chipped it down the wing. Chris had it poke checked away by McCawkey. Wound up on the tape of Ruedel quickly into the Lincoln zone. He takes the shot. It's fired wide. Rolls all the way up to the top of the right circle. And Kurt Hill for the Stars chipped it up and out. Puck sits near the red line, eventually collected by Terry Broadhurst. 15:25 to go. Clock running here in the third. Lincoln 5, Sioux Falls 1. Game 2 tomorrow night here at the Icebox. 474 Star Extension 1 if you need tickets. Dahlhusen stops another Stampede rush. Set the puck up the ice to Shakeen. Takes the shot off the end wall. Gerst chased down the loose puck for the Stars. David skates it left circle, centering past Shakeen. Redirected it just wide. Mellon in a wrestling match. Had the puck tipped away from him, sent all the way up and out. And icing's going to be waved off. Doc stops it behind the net. Henry there, played around and out by the Stars. Escobedo just about lost the puck to the Stars' Eric Mellon. Able to get control. Up the ice to Victor Annaline. Annaline dumped it in. Rolls behind the Lincoln goal line. Henry got to it, sent it around left side. Kicked up the wing, and Sedale tried to clear, bounced off a body, back to Ross Henry. Henry carries it to center. Now a drop pass to no one in particular. So Jeff Rohrkemper skates over and then away with the puck for the Stampede. Sent up the ice, Escobedo with it. Out at center for Sioux Falls, dumps it to the Lincoln zone. Lincoln up 5-1, 14:15 to go in the game. Newton sends it across and out of the zone. Alexander races after it. Blake Thompson there, though, for the Stampede. Got rocked, puck came free. Kretzer in front, shot, Furbish, score! Furmish's second of the evening. Kretzer with an apple. Eric Alexander might wind up with one as well. 6-1 Lincoln. Cleared up and out by the Stars after the draw to make it 6-1. 13:49 to play in the game. Lincoln Stars 6. Sioux Falls Stampede 1. Elsewhere in the league, 5:56 to play in Council Bluffs. Fargo 6, Omaha 2. And 8:08 left in the game in Cedar Rapids. Indiana leads the Rough Riders 6-2. Face off in the right circle of the Lincoln zone, won by the Stars. They clear it up and out. Rolls all the way down. Jimmy Sears races after it. Clay Witt's going to play it. Sears just about picked his pocket. Then he delivers a hit, came free. Sent over to the right side. Furlong's going to skate it up and out for Sioux Falls. Across today, I'll try to step in front. Puck rolled away from him. Diviak chases it down in the corner. And now the net is off the pegs as Rodriguez and Dahlhusen wind up running into Lincoln goaltender Kevin Murdoch. .27 to play in the game. Lincoln 6, Sioux Falls 1. Game 2 tomorrow night here at the Icebox. Go out and play 18 at Ashland Country Club tomorrow, and then head here and catch the game. If you don't have tickets, ticket office opens up at noon tomorrow. 474 star extension 1 is the number, or just come on down. Mickey and Lana will get you taken care of with the best available seats. Face off in the left circle of the Lincoln zone. Doc, some equipment checks, gets everything put back on. Four far up front with Canisto and Hill, Brunito and Henry, your defenseman. Puck still being chipped around. Henry winds up with it, chips it ahead. Found Canisto. Over to Kurt Hill out at center. Kurt dumps it into the Sioux Falls zone. Four far races after it. Tipped it back behind Hill there. Puck checked away. Holmstrom controls for the Stampede. Up the ice for Vrolik. Play broken up by Henry. Clock running here in the third. 6-1 Lincoln. 13 minutes to play. Forfar dumps it to the Stampede zone. Grover there for Sioux Falls. 12:55 to go. Up the ice. Sioux Falls walks it in. Vrolik shot. Murdoch the save. Hugged the post on the left side. And now Holmstrom gets in the crease with Kevin Murdoch. Peterson grabs him. Says, "You do not touch my goaltender." I think they're both going to go here. And 7:19, time of the penalties. Holmstrom to the Fairbury doghouse for Sioux Falls, and Garrett Peterson to the box for the Stars. Section K's got the boats out, rowing to the Hawaii 5-0 theme over on the far side of the ice. Face off top of the left circle, the Lincoln zone, won by Sioux Falls. Wister from the point, blocked away by Jimmy Sears, bounced back to the point, and a shot from Blake Thompson, knocked away by Murdoch, wound up on the right side of the zone. Newton caught up to it for the Stars. Rug it around, left point, held in by Hill, kicked out by Melody, races after it. Thompson back defensively for Sioux Falls. McCarron stole it away, he takes the shot with the save. It bounced all the way up to the top of the right circle. Broadhurst collects it for Sioux Falls. Skates it through center. Now left circle, slams on the brakes, lost an edge, fed it all the way through. Dahlhusen tipped it up. Stars the other direction. Dahlhusen's got Vermish with it. Fed it ahead too far. Sioux Falls breaks up the play. Bouncing puck out at center, dumped in. And Stars defenseman Mike Dahlhusen winds up with it over to Garrett Vermish. Vermish top of the left circle. Chipped it in front. Workemper knocked it down. Set up and not out. Dahlhusen held it in along the blue line. Kretzer knocked it down. Tried to center off a skate by Ruhwedel. Kretzer tracked it back down. Fed it behind for Vermish. Bouncing puck. Garrett races after it. Gets it for the Stars. Over to the right side. Back behind again. Kretzer to the left corner. In a battle with Ruhwedel. Puck rolled away from both and Sioux Falls clears. Stars try to chip it back in, bounced around. Dahlhusen gets it for Lincoln, quickly into the zone. And Stars are offside. 11:22 to go, we're in the third. The Lincoln Stars 6, Sioux Falls Stampede 1. Defensively, it's going to be Ross Henry and Taylor Kuipers. Chris Forfar centers Hill on his left and Canisto on his right. Face off on the Pepsi logo just outside of the Sioux Falls zone. Stampede win it. Max Grover skates it up and out. Henry stopped the rush. Eventually, Stampede catch up to it and drive it into the Lincoln zone. Henry backhands it up the left wing and the Stars end. Still a stick battle goes on, and it winds up back in that left corner. Henry over to Canisto, left side hash marks. Battle for it, Lincoln up to the blue line, held in. Grover, wrister redirected right in front. Bouncing puck. Henry again trying to kick it up and out. Rolled away from him and a couple of Stampede players. Canisto sent it over to the far side. A wrestling match between Greiner and Kuipers. Lincoln gets control and they fire it all the way down, icing on the Stars. And we'll take a break. 6-1 Stars, 10:41 to play in the game. You're listening to Lincoln Stars Hockey. Back at the icebox, 10:38 to play. We're in the third. Lincoln Stars 6, Sioux Falls Stampede 1. 6 on the board for every team leading tonight. Game 1 of Fargo, Omaha. Force lead the Lancers 6-2. Game 1, Indiana, Cedar Rapids. And the Ice lead the Rough Riders 6-2. Stars lead 6-1 here. Lincoln wins the draw on their own end. Henry races it up the ice. Off the glass and in. Clay Witt stops it behind the Sioux Falls goal. Around to the right side, hash marks Gerst, knocked it down. Little scrum developed there. Came out, Shakeen gets it. Slap shot blocked away by Thompson. Shakeen got a back shot. Redirected wide. Vrolik winds up with it for the Stampede. Feeds it up and out. Diviak caught up to it. Skates it to the Lincoln zone. Moved it into the right corner. Sadeo got to it. Backhands it around. Left side, hash marks. Corey Shakeen skates away. Fires the pass up the ice to Eric Mellon. Mellon, right side in the Sioux Falls zone. In a wrestling match with Blake Thompson. Handed it off. Gerst fed it all the way through. Bounced up left point. Dahlhusen feeds it around. Scrum develops now left wing. Down in the Sioux Falls zone. Puck knifed out. Dahlhusen has control. Flipped it off the inboards. Thompson backhands it up. Not out. Mellon tipped it over to the right side. Puck came free. Diviak with it. Back behind again for Ryan Hill off the referee's skate. And then Robbie Vrolik able to clear. 9:25 to go. Clock running here in the third. 6-1 Stars. Stars trying to keep it in the zone. They do so. Vermish left corner. Fed it back behind for Kretzer. Overskated the puck. Alexander collects it for the Stars. Kretzer on the bottom of a dog pile. Alexander the middle shot with the save. Bouncing puck. Right circle taken away by McCulkey. Up to Broadhurst. Found Ruhwedel. Stick lifted. He chased down the puck though. Ruhwedel now right side of the Lincoln zone. Chipped it back behind. Josh Holmstrom backhands it over to the right corner in the Lincoln zone. Alexander there for the Stars. At his pocket pick, Broadhurst. Centering pass goes all the way through to the left side hash mark. Stars control. Vermish tried to chip it up and out. Perrier stepped in front. Shot blocked away. Centering pass. Shot. Murdoch the save. Puck free in the slot. Dahlhusen gets it and clears. It'll be icing on the Stars. We'll take a break. 8:37 to play in the game. 6-1 Lincoln. You're listening to Lincoln Stars Hockey. Minutes, 19 seconds to go in the game. Lincoln Stars 6, Sioux Falls Stampede 1. I'm Mike Melby, Tom Gimmelke back at the Three Eagle Studios. Stars in the lead here. Have controlled from the outset. Now the puck climbs the glass and winds up 4 rows up in Section D. Players' trading cards featuring the 2009 MDA jerseys are available from the Blue Line Booster Club. Stop by the booth during the intermissions or tomorrow night as well before the game and during intermissions. Part of the proceeds from the sale of the cards go to benefit the Muscular Dystrophy Association. 8:09 to play in the game. Lincoln up 6-1. Face off right circle in the Sioux Falls zone. Puck tipped around. Sioux Falls tried to clear. Stars trying to hold it in. Eventually the Stampede do bounce it all the way out. Hill sends it up. Goes off a couple of skates. Far. Chased it down for the Stars. Right side. Took a bump. Kicked it down the wing. 1-on-3. Stars change up here. Canisto and Hill out now with Far. Kuipers and Henry defensively. Puck squirts out to the left side of the Sioux Falls zone. Dane Walters collected for the Stampede. Kurt Hill right there for the Stars. Fired it back in. Loose puck left side. Sent back along the end wall. A little scrum back there. Walters and Canisto fighting for it. Eventually chipped out. Sean Escobedo skates around with it. Escobedo out of the zone. Off the dasherboard, far side of the ice. Workkeeper couldn't control. Taylor Kuipers right there to break the play up. It'll be another icing call on the Stars. Don't forget, you can catch all of tonight's action on Time Warner Cable's Nebraska On Demand, Channel 101. Starting as early as this Sunday, you can turn to Channel 101 and watch a rebroadcast of tonight's game in its entirety. You'll be able to pause, rewind, and replay the action when you want to and as often as you want to. And it's only on Time Warner Nebraska On Demand, Channel 101. Face-off right circle in the Lincoln zone. Kretzer, Mellon, Shakeen up front. Bruneto at the blue line with Dahlhusen. Doc in the crease. Dahlhusen in the right corner. A little wrestling match. Finally breaks free. Flipped it ahead, turn it over. Furlong centering pass, puck in the crease. Doc gets on top of it. If you're interested in becoming a season ticket holder while you're here picking up playoff tickets for tomorrow night and for the rest of the playoff season, ask Mickey and Lana about playoff tickets. We've got a no-interest payment plan, plus cost savings on the face value of tickets, a coupon book for various Icebox specials, plus season ticket holder card to get you discounts at many, many area merchants, including Elite Custom Technology. If you got a home theater system you want tuned up, give Nick Hitz a call. Southside Auto Tech, Craig and the gang do a great job. Valentino's, you've got a cardholder discount there. Delayed penalty upcoming on Sioux Falls. Doc to the bench. Alexander just dropped, and now he's going to get a little chippy. Alexander was in a wrestling match with somebody after the delayed penalty and just dropped him to the ice. All this takes place at the 13-13 mark. We'll see who winds up with what here. Sadeo heads to the penalty box for the Stars. Ryan Hill for Sioux Falls. Furlong and Forfar. Furlong for Sioux Falls, Forfar for the Stars. .647 to play. And Mark Rodriguez in the box as well for Sioux Falls. That's going to be the penalty that's posted. It'll give the Stars their fourth power play. Sioux Falls has had just one tonight. Lincoln Stars head coach Jimmy McGroarty has got the dry erase board out. Diagrams the power play for his team. Hill, Gersh, Shakeen, Vermish. The four forwards on the ice with defenseman Jake Newton. Faceoff's going to be between the blue line and the top of the right circle. And Sioux Falls wins the draw. They dump it all the way down. 6:40 to go. Clock running here in the third. Lincoln up 6-1. They've got a power play. 1:45 left on it. Stars have not scored a power play goal tonight. All goals have been even strength. And Newton quarterbacks the power play for the Stars. Walks it up, dumps it behind the goal line in the Sioux Falls zone. Vermish with it. Around to the left point. Newton couldn't stop it. Stars will have to touch up. They do so. Newton across to Corey Shakeen. Now back to Newton in his own end. Jake headed to Northeastern next year. Sioux Falls gets control. They play it up and out. Puck played with a high stick by Lincoln's Corey Shakeen. And that'll move the face-off back into the Lincoln zone. Final in Council Bluffs, Fargo 6, Omaha 2. And with 45 seconds left to go in Cedar Rapids, Indiana 7, Cedar Rapids 2. Face-off left circle in the Lincoln zone. Canisto, Sears, Melland up front, Dahlhusen and Bruneto at the blue line. Home fans like the Omaha score. Dahlhusen up to Canisto, back to Dahlhusen. Tipped ahead, Melland got it into the zone. Battle at the left point though. Dahlhusen got to it, fed it across the blue line. Matt Bruneto with it right side. Down the wing for Canisto, back up to the right point for Bruneto. Over to Dahlhusen, wrister redirected into the right circle. Canisto tracked it down for the Stars, fed it to the goal line right side, Jimmy Sears. He'll walk it along the inboards. Shipped it back for Canisto into the right corner. Stampede get control and they clear. Dahlhusen fires it back up the ice. He found Melland. Melland to Canisto. Centering pass goes off a skate back behind. Sears tracked down the loose puck on the right side. Centering pass. Canisto shot blocked away by Witt. Puck came free, bounced up and out of the zone by Sioux Falls. Stars on the power play here. They lead it 6-1, 5 minutes to go. Puck sent in. Witt's going to drop it and play it over to the right side. Bounces all the way down. 6-5-4. Stars will go 0 for 4 on the power play. Rodriguez out of the box. Lincoln quickly on the attack. Kretzer shot redirected wide. McCarron tracked down the loose puck, fitted back behind. Sent over right side. Henry got to it, shot with the save. Loose puck, left side. Peterson caught up to it, shot blocked away by the Stampede. Up to the blue line. Newton feeds it in front, redirected with the save. Shot knocked away. Nice play there by Max Grover. Kretzer tried to backhand it home from his knees. Stampede get control, feed it up and out. Rolls into the Lincoln zone. Henry races after it for the Stars. Chipped it along the half wall and now clears. Be another icing call on the Stars. We'll take another break. 6-1 Lincoln, 4:08 to play. You're listening to Lincoln Stars Playoff Hockey. Back in Lincoln, 4 minutes even to play. Lincoln up 6-1. Game 1, round 1 of the Clark Cup playoffs between the Stars and the Sioux Falls Stampede. Griner fed it in front. Shot from Annaline. Kicked away, bouncing in the slot. Sioux Falls tracks it down. Griner shot blocked away by the Stars. D. Vermish comes up with it. He's got Forfar with him, 2-on-2 through center. Forfar tipped it into the Sioux Falls zone. Played it off the dasherboard. Nobody there for Lincoln. McCalkey over to Griner. Griner skates it through center. Played it behind his back, centering pass. Murdoch kicked it over to the left side. Alexander sidesteps. Diviak now races it up the ice. He's got Hill and Newton with him. Alexander down the right side, all the way across. And the play was broken up by Chad Ruhwedel. McCalkey caught up to it and dumps it in. 3 minutes, 13 seconds to play. Clock running here in the third. Lincoln 6, Sioux Falls 1. Gers gets control for the Stars. Set it behind the goal line on the Stampede end. Poke checked away, winds up in the left circle. Eventually redirected up and out. Stars regroup. They'll move it in. Ryan Hill controls for the Stampede though. Now Ruhwedel off the dasherboard and out. Puck loose at the Lincoln blue line. Cedeno got to it for the Stars. Tipped it up. Ryan Hill knocked it down at his own blue line. Back to Chad Ruhwedel. Pass up the ice. Stepped in front of by David Gers. Still being chipped around at center. 2.5 to play. Clock running here in the third. Lincoln up 6-1. Diviak with it. Top of the slot. Shot blocked away by Gers. Up to the blue line. Escobedo got muscled off the puck by Melland. Took a weird bounce. Wind up in the Lincoln crease. Still a battle for it. And it's still free. Tipped into the left circle. Stars control. Melland moved it up. Not out. Diviak with it now. Right circle. Centering pass broken up by Ross Henry. Stars fire it all the way down. It'll be another icing call on Lincoln here with 2:03 to play in the game. And final from Cedar Rapids, Indiana 7, Cedar Rapids 2. Green Bay won last night against Waterloo by a score of 4-1. Tomorrow night, all 4 series are in action. Sioux Falls back here at the Icebox. 7:05 face-off will be on the air here on 95.1 at 6:45. Face-off on the left of the Stars zone, won by the Stars. Little scrum in the left corner. Sees Matt Bruneto's stick get stuck in the Zamboni pit doors. Stars work the puck up and out. Still a battle for it. It winds up rolling into the left corner of the Sioux Falls zone. 1:37 to go. Josh Holmstrom with it now for the Stampede. He skates it quickly back up the ice. Right side, dumped it around Dahlhusen. Rolled to the inboards. Sadeo sent it over the far side. Puck centered. Furlong got moved off the puck. Sadeo caught up to it. And we get a whistle. Sadeo. Thought they may have gotten Sadeo with an elbow there, but I think he got away with that one. There's going to be a slash whistle. 18:41, time of the penalty. And it's going to be on Lincoln's Eric Melland. So Sioux Falls will get their second power play of the night. Stars have had 4. They're 0 for 4. Sioux Falls 0 for 1. Face off right circle of the Lincoln zone. PK unit is Ross Henry, Ryan Kretzer, Jake Newton, Chris 4-4, and Kevin Murdoch. 1:15 to go. Lincoln up 6-1. Kretzer clears it up and out of the zone for the Stars. Ruedel quarterbacks the power play, skates it all the way through center as we go under a minute to play. Murdoch around for far, caught up to it for Lincoln. Skates it to the red line and dumps it all the way down. Stars stop the rush again at their own blue line. Canisto backhanded it out to center. Dumped back in by the Stampede. 37-36 to play. Lincoln up 6-1. Well over 3,500 on their feet. Sioux Falls on the power play here. They have been unable to keep control of the puck in the Lincoln zone as of yet. Perrier sends it into the Lincoln zone. Doc's just going to cover it up. Lincoln will lead this series 1-0. Game 2 tomorrow night, right here at the Icebox. Ticket office opens up at noon if you do not have tickets. Face-off left circle in the Lincoln zone, won by Sioux Falls. Grover with it. Takes the wrister, redirected wide. Murdoch makes the save. Puck still free, sent up to the top of the slot. Grover again tried to feed it in front. Griner battled for it, and a hand pass is going to be called. And now Griner goes after Sadeo. You may want to think twice on that one. Dahlhusen just deposited Grover on his rear. Not saying Luke Griner's not a tough kid, but at 5'9", 183, going up against the big doggy at 6'4", 215, I don't think that would be a real wise move by the young man from Sioux Falls. Cooler heads prevail. Last 3.1 seconds. Tick off. Jeff Rorken or Jimmy Sears head to the penalty box. Face-off just outside of the Lincoln blue line. Drop the puck, 3-2-1. Stars win game 1. Your final from the Icebox: Lincoln Stars 6, Sioux Falls Stampede 1, and they lead the best of 5 series 1-0.